They made a big-time catch today. Always good to see that. Just seeing him show up. You know, we all have some things we have to work on. He's got some things he needs to work on, but he's also taking advantage of some key opportunities, some big-time moments, and so we just want to continue to build.
They said NFL quarterbacks don't toss compliments around like free samples at Costco. But here comes Jalen Hurts, looking at Shedeur Sanders like he just unlocked the secret level of football greatness. The man didn't just nod or smile. He spoke on Shedeur like he was watching the next legend in the making. People were shocked. It wasn't the usual good kid, bright future talk. No, this felt like Hurts was witnessing a new wave coming right for his own throne. So now everyone's whispering, hold up, is this admiration or is Hurts scouting his replacement? Because make no mistake, what Jalen did breaks the sacred NFL code. Quarterbacks don't hype up the rookies who might take their spot. It's like walking into your rival's house and handing them your own playbook.
I've got the leaked audio on everything Jalen Hurts said to Shedeur Sanders on the drive to the locker room.
Yet Hurts didn't just give props. He practically rolled out a velvet carpet, tossed glitter in the air, and said, "Go be great, young king." It was wild. If this were a movie, Hurts would be the calm mentor, the guy in the hoodie under the rain, coaching the rookie through a midnight workout montage. And Shedeur, he's that hungry prodigy throwing bombs while dramatic music plays.
I keep the conversation intimate. We had a very lengthy conversation. He came to me and just, wanted to talk. And I'm always there, as said earlier, of giving my perspective on what I see and how I've gone about things.
But here's where it gets even crazier. Hurts didn't hit him with the usual keep your head down speech. Oh no. He gave him real game, the kind that doesn't come from playbooks. We're talking brand building, camera-ready, headline-stealing advice. He told Shedeur how to move, how to speak, how to own the spotlight like it was made for him, because these days in the NFL, throwing touchdowns isn't enough.
I think we'll continue to build and continue to work through things. He came in a unique situation, given right before the season, and so I've never thrown to him. And so I think he's become more suited and secure in his role.
You gotta look sharp doing it, sound fearless, and make the world believe you are the future. Hurts didn't just give him words, he gave him the keys to the kingdom. Shedeur, man, he's already halfway to superstardom. The swagger, locked in, the diamonds, blinding, cameras follow him like he's got his own reality show running 24/7. His Instagram looks less like a football player's page and more like a Hollywood rollout. Polished, flashy, and screaming main character energy. And now, thanks to Jalen Hurts, he's got the missing ingredient, the art of selling the story. Because Hurts knows the cold truth. Talent might get your name called on draft night, but personality, that's what makes you unforgettable. If you want to be the face of the NFL, it's not enough to win. You got to own the whole show.
Ultimately, it takes a great deal of patience and hard work and a sense of resilience. You got to want it. You got to want it. And so I'm supporting him from where I am and wishing him nothing but the best with this opportunity.
Imagine Hurts leaning in, telling Shedeur straight up, make people feel like they're watching history every single time you touch that field. Every snap, every throw, every celebration has to scream legend in progress. Even if it's a preseason matchup against a team whose mascot gets more airtime than the players, you step out there like it's the Super Bowl. You make the crowd believe this moment matters. Because this isn't football anymore, this is entertainment. Every spiral is a highlight, every smirk is a marketing move, and every post-game quote, it better light up Twitter before you even hit the showers.
They saw what they had seen in college at Colorado. A man that understands how to play in pressure situations. Very few people would stand up and speak up and say, I was absolutely wrong. He outran the defensive line and got around the corner.
Hurts wasn't teaching football, he was teaching chess. He told him, you're not just a quarterback, kid. You're a headline, a storyline, a walking ESPN special waiting to happen. And Shedeur, he's soaking it all in like a master student. Why wouldn't he? Hurts just gave him the blueprint to skip the line, to blow past half the league in fame before even cashing his first monster contract. It's like Hurts handed him the test answers before class even started and told him to ace the league with style.
Just finishing and continue to take advantage of those good position plays where he's in position to make a play. And so as a quarterback, I want to help him out and put him in those positions and obviously on their end finish.
The NFL today isn't just about winning games. It's about winning attention, hearts, and those million-dollar endorsement checks. Every touchdown might light up the scoreboard, but every viral clip lights up a brand deal. And now people are starting to talk, really talk, wondering if Jalen Hurts is being a mentor or playing 4D chess. Because think about it. What if Hurts isn't just helping Shedeur out of kindness? What if he's strategically shaping the next face of the league before anyone else gets the chance? Picture it.
Press is going crazy because Super Bowl winning quarterback Jalen Hurts was seen conversing with Shedeur Sanders for a very long time during their joint practice today. And they all want to know what he was saying. Oh, what was he saying?
Hurts years from now, sitting in an interview, grinning and saying, "Yeah, I taught him that move." Because when you help create greatness, your fingerprints are all over the legend that follows. But the twist? When you build someone up, you also build your own competition. Imagine it's 3 seasons later. The NFC Championship. Hurts on one sideline, Shedeur on the other, both locked in, cameras flashing everywhere. Hurts looks across the field thinking, "Man, I really shouldn't have taught him that spin move for the cameras."
It was like, that ain't none of y'all business. But I'm going to tell y'all what they were saying. So it was in this moment where Jalen Hurts said, bruh, we all know you better than every last one of them quarterbacks on your squad. And the world got to see it over the weekend.
The student becomes the rival, and the NFL eats it up. But here's the real truth. Hurts gets it. The league needs new faces. Tom Brady's gone fishing in retirement. Aaron Rodgers is halfway to becoming a full-time podcast philosopher. And Mahomes, he can't star in every commercial forever. The NFL is desperate for new icons, guys who not only ball out but command the culture, players who can make Monday mornings buzz before highlights even air. And if Hurts sees that spark in Shedeur, he's not going to let it dim. He's going to polish it till it blinds everyone. Because deep down, he knows this kid might just be the one.
Called sabotage. Cleveland doesn't want him to succeed. Shedeur Sanders has been with the Browns through OTAs, rookie minicamp, and training camp. He knows the playbook, the head coach, the coordinator, and his teammates. And because he only gets one practice with the one.
But let's keep it real. Shedeur doesn't need much coaching in the spotlight game. The man's already running his own PR machine. Every move feels calculated. The shades, the chains, the sideline smirk. He's not just playing football, he's producing a show. Every glance, every flex, every photo, that's primetime energy, baby. It's all part of the master plan. And Hurts, he's just fine-tuning that package so it's bulletproof before the NFL machine gets its claws on Shedeur. Because once you hit that league spotlight, every move becomes a headline. One wrong word, it's dissected on talk shows. One photo out of context, boom.
Dad, can't no damn body run like his dad. And let me tell you how I know. Stop with all of that now. He holds on to the ball too long. Remember that old stuff coming out? And I said, well, we can switch that and just say he stares down the back.
Trending topic. And heaven forbid you sneeze during a press conference, suddenly it's breaking news. Is Shedeur Sanders battling a cold or a crisis? That's the circus Hurts is preparing him for. And you already know Hurts dropped the golden rule. Never let them catch you slipping. You can throw 3 interceptions, lose by 20, and still win the media game if your post-game speech is flawless. It's not about what happened. It's about how you sell it. Say the right thing with confidence, own your story, and suddenly the fans are saying, he's got heart. Hurts knows the truth. Fans will forgive almost anything if the comeback sounds good enough. That's the real game within the game. And that's what makes Shedeur dangerous, in the best way possible.
Can we keep it a bean, dog? He shouldn't have been no 5th round pick, dog. He should not have been a 5th round pick. Now, he plays on the Browns. I'm a Steelers fan, so like...
He's not just gifted, he's getting the cheat codes to superstardom from someone who's lived it, learned it, and rocked the designer hoodie to prove it. Hurts isn't just sharing wisdom, he's passing the torch. You can practically see the NFL execs grinning behind closed doors, rubbing their hands like movie producers watching their dream sequel come together. Veteran star mentors rising star. Two photogenic quarterbacks, both charismatic, both capable of dropping quotes that live rent-free in fans' heads for weeks. That's marketing gold. And you just know, somewhere out there, another quarterback is scrolling through clips, watching Hurts and Shedeur side by side, muttering under his breath, "Hurts never gave me advice." But that's the thing, Hurts can smell potential. He knows the next big thing when he sees it, and Shedeur Sanders, he's got that it factor written all over him. Hurts knows Shedeur isn't just going to be another guy in the league. He's built to be a walking headline, a jersey-selling machine, and the kind of quarterback that keeps defensive coordinators staring at the ceiling all night. And when that moment comes,
Shedeur Sanders mania is 1000% real. The very first jersey that I saw walking up to the stadium was a Shedeur Sanders Cleveland Browns jersey. I'm in Charlotte, right? Where the Panthers are playing.
when Shedeur's name lights up billboards and Sunday highlights, Hurts will lean back with that proud grin and say, "Yeah, I helped build that." Because make no mistake, this mentorship isn't just talk, it's history in motion. If Shedeur plays his cards right, this whole Hurts connection could become the first chapter of an NFL saga for the ages. The kind of story that'll have future documentaries narrating every detail. The veteran star who willingly passed the torch to the next great one. Not out of obligation, but because he saw something special. That kind of moment is rare in sports. It's not ego, it's legacy. One day, you'll see it immortalized in slow motion, with orchestral music swelling and Morgan Freeman's voice saying, "And that's when it began, the rise of the new face of the league." But here's what makes this even wilder. This wasn't your average "good job, kid" pat on the back. Hurts went way beyond that. He handed Shedeur what can only be called the quarterback starter pack 2.0. The upgraded next-level blueprint for not just surviving the NFL, but owning it like a boss collecting rent. He gave him tools for the modern game, how to control your image, master your interviews, and flip any storyline into your advantage. You can bet this wasn't casual locker room chatter either. Hurts is meticulous, the kind of guy who probably had a mental checklist, maybe even a PowerPoint ready. He doesn't waste words, he plans moments. Because in 2025, being great on the field isn't enough. You've got to sell greatness. Shedeur already had the flash, the charisma, the drama. Hurts just showed him how to weaponize it. And when those lessons start showing up on camera, the league won't even be ready. Hurts didn't even need to spell it out. All he had to do was point at Mahomes, Burrow, and yeah, even Brady popping up on TikTok like the cool uncle of the internet. Shedeur can already launch a 40-yard dime with surgical precision, but Hurts probably looked him dead in the eye and said, "That's nice, but can you make it trend before you even take your helmet off?" Because in today's NFL, it's not just about touchdowns, it's about traction. You don't just win games anymore, you win timelines. A single Tuesday workout clip, one slow motion spiral, one perfectly timed grin can pull more views than an entire Sunday broadcast if you frame it right. Hurts knows this game inside out. Win or lose, the man walks into every press conference looking like he just walked off a GQ runway, drops one quote, and boom, the internet stops mid-scroll. Reporters forget their questions because every word sounds like a headline waiting to post. He probably told Shedeur, "Your post-game words are just as powerful as your arm. The NFL doesn't just remember who won, it remembers who sold the win." And that's where this gets spicy. Shedeur's already got the confidence, the swagger, the media savvy, but Hurts, he's giving him the polish. It's like watching a raw rapper team up with a Grammy-winning producer. The freestyle was already fire. Now it's about to go platinum.
Doing well. It's like, do I really want to see him? Not really. I'm rooting for the brother though. I'm rooting for him. Probably one Cleveland Brown player I root for. But 14 of 23, 138 passing yards, 2 TDs. He missed a couple throws here and there. I was like, damn, Shedeur, really? You missed that? You missed that throw? But he made some really nice, calm, collected throws. He looks like an NFL quarterback.
Hurts is teaching him how to turn every snap into spectacle, every soundbite into strategy. And sure enough, fans are split. Some are cheering, others are panicking, saying, Hurts is creating a monster. But guess what? That's exactly what the NFL needs. Monsters sell tickets, break ratings, and keep the lights shining bright on Sundays. Look around. Brady's retired and sipping cocktails on a yacht, Rodgers is halfway to becoming a full-time podcast philosopher, and Russell Wilson, still trapped in that Mr. Unlimited motivational loop nobody understands. The league's starving for a young, magnetic, fearless star, someone dangerous both on the field and in the headlines. And that's where Shedeur Sanders steps in, perfectly built for this new era. He's not just playing football, he's building a movement, and Hurts just made sure the spotlight follows him every step of the way. But here's where it gets spicy. Hurts handing Shedeur this kind of inside game is like a magician, revealing all his tricks to another magician, fully aware they might end up on the same stage one day. That takes either wild confidence or a master-level 4D chess plan. Some fans are whispering that Hurts might not just be mentoring, he might be building his own rival. Because let's be real, nothing fuels sports like a legendary rivalry. Brady had Manning, Kobe had Shaq, Jordan had every poor soul who tried him. And Rodgers? Well, Rodgers mostly had himself. But Hurts? He's thinking bigger. If he's gonna face someone in a future Super Bowl, why not make it someone he helped create? That way, no matter who wins, his name is carved into the storyline forever. And honestly, that's pure genius. Because in this new NFL era, the spotlight burns brighter, hotter, and way less forgiving than ever before. One wrong tweet, one awkward quote, and boom, you're no longer the next big thing. You're a meme before breakfast. Hurts knows that game better than anyone, so he's probably coaching Shedeur on how to sidestep every trap the media throws his way. Because Shedeur, he's not built to play it safe, and Hurts loves that. Safe quarterbacks don't make history. Safe quarterbacks don't become the face of the league. They become trivia questions. The face of the league is the guy everyone either loves, hates, or can't stop talking about. And with Hurts' guidance, Shedeur's about to hit that level, the unavoidable zone. The guy you have to talk about, whether you cheer for him or root against him. You can almost picture the behind-the-scenes moment, Hurts leaning in like a coach breaking down film, telling Shedeur, control the tempo of the narrative like you control the tempo of a drive. When things go bad, slow it down, stay composed, regain control. When things go great, slam the gas, ride the wave, and make sure the world hears about it before the final whistle even blows. That's not luck, that's strategy. That's how you turn hype into legacy. And if you think Jalen Hurts is just putting on a show for the cameras, think again. Hurts doesn't hand out compliments like Costco samples. If he's hyping you up, it's because he means it. That man doesn't waste words. When Hurts speaks on Shedeur, it's because he sees something real. He knows the kid's not just good for his age. Shedeur's already moving like a future franchise. The footwork, the poise, the aura. He's got that it factor that NFL veterans feel the moment he walks on the field. You can see it. He doesn't just play football, he owns the stage from day one. And that's exactly the kind of story the NFL eats up. They love this stuff. The rookie prodigy mentored by a superstar arc, it's TV gold. You can already imagine the broadcast shots. Split screen of Hurts on the sideline, arms crossed like a proud big brother, while Shedeur launches a bomb downfield. Commentators losing their minds, talking about the passing of the torch like it's an Avengers handoff scene. It's not just football, it's cinema. Now I know what you're thinking. What if this whole thing backfires? What if mentoring the future face of the league comes back to bite Hurts later? Here's the twist. Even if it does, he still wins. Because either way, the drama feeds the machine. If Shedeur becomes the NFL's new king, Hurts gets to smile and say, yep, I helped build that. And if Shedeur crashes and burns, Hurts still walks away clean, saying, hey, I tried to help the kid. What he did with it was on him. No matter what happens, Hurts' image stays spotless, and the league gets endless content out of it. That's PR genius disguised as mentorship. But here's the part that really seals it. When Hurts gave Shedeur that script advice, he wasn't talking in metaphors. He literally schooled him on how to act every single moment like it's part of a blockbuster.
I'm seeing Shedeur Sanders Browns, Shedeur Sanders Colorado, Coach Prime Colorado gear everywhere. I expected there to be a lot of attention paid on Shedeur Sanders, and even I was surprised by how much attention was paid on that game on Friday.
If Shedeur just threw a game-winning pass, Hurts probably told him exactly how to flash that confident grin. how long to pause for the cameras, and when to drop that perfectly vague line? We're just getting started. Boom. Instant meme, instant brand moment. And if he throws 3 picks, same formula. Calm voice, humble tone, eyes locked forward, delivering that the comeback's coming energy. Hurts is teaching him emotional control and performance at once. That's not coaching, that's production. The more you think about it, the clearer it becomes. Hurts might have just changed the entire NFL playbook without anyone even realizing it. This isn't your everyday mentor moment. This is a strategic handoff between 2 brand geniuses. Jalen Hurts didn't just give advice, he transferred the blueprint for fame, power, and image control in the NFL spotlight. If it all plays out the way it's looking, the league's about to get one of the most magnetic, headline-grabbing young stars it's seen in decades. And guess who's sweating right now? Every single PR team in the NFL. You can hear the panic through the phone lines. Emergency meetings, late-night Zoom calls, execs asking, how do we make our guy trend like that? Because if Shedeur locks in and nails this Hurts mentorship, the ripple effect will hit every locker room in the league. Suddenly, every other franchise quarterback starts looking a little too clean, a little too quiet, a little too bland. And let's be honest, bland doesn't sell. Bland doesn't move jerseys, doesn't flood timelines, doesn't get kids begging for merch that makes them feel like they're buying a piece of the future. So yeah, there's a real chance Hurts just created his own rival, a future opponent crafted from his own game plan. Fast forward 10 years, playoff lights blazing, cameras zooming, the crowd losing its mind as Hurts and Shedeur lock eyes across the field. Mentor versus prodigy, teacher versus creation. The entire world watching the story he started unfold in cinematic fashion. You can already picture it. Black and white footage, emotional music, deep voice narration saying, this is when it all began. The rise of Shedeur Sanders, the birth of the next great NFL era. The league better buckle up because the Shedeur Sanders show isn't just coming, it's officially in production. And Jalen Hurts, he's not just appearing in it. He just signed on as executive producer. Now, if you made it this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share because this story's just heating up. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. See you on the next one.